Welcome back to our live coverage of the Mackinac Policy Conference. I'm Christy McDonald. Thanks so much for joining us for our coverage here at myvote.org. Make sure you tell us what you like to see and what you don't like to see, and some of the comments that you have about some of the sessions you've been able to watch so far over these past 2 days. Just find us on Facebook, find us on Twitter. We are at MyVote, and we would love to incorporate some of your comments into the conversation that we're having here at the Mackinac Policy Conference. Joining me right now is a guest I've talked to the last, I think, 4 years we've been here. Tim Bryan, he's the CEO of GalaxE.Solutions, and also Lorna Utley, the CEO of Goodwill Industries of Greater Detroit. Thank you both for being here. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
One of the big platforms of this conference is talking about business in Michigan, getting more jobs, increasing our economic future here in the state, and I see good jobs on the t-shirts right now. So I'm going to back up, and I want you to tell me a little bit, Tim, about what initiative you have going on this year.
Well, Goodwill Industries of Detroit has created a program called Operation Good Jobs, and it is focused not only on employment for veterans, but actually for their families. So we were attracted to this program because for the first time, the families, which we feel have made as much of a sacrifice as the veterans themselves in terms of what they've gone through with their loved ones being in the service, are being given opportunities to get into the workforce as well.
Lorna, and with your work with Goodwill, what are families telling you? What are you experiencing?
Well, oftentimes they just need a little loving hand, support, and people can be in all sorts of different places. Their spouses are getting used to having them coming back. Oftentimes they've had some challenges. They might find themselves homeless. We take them where they are and help them get to where they want to be. And they can be different for every individual. But this program's been open for just under a year, and we've helped 100 veterans and their families at this point in time. And with this initiative, we'll be able to do even more.
That's a significant number, and I really think the talk of veterans and getting them to work back in the private sector and helping them transition to these different jobs in life has been a large pillar of the conference here. And when you hear those stories, and maybe, you know, companies like yours, you start to talk to them about how they can incorporate HR departments, how they can incorporate veterans into those jobs. It really is, once you get that conversation going, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And also, you know, we, as we have in the past, have donated shirts to the Goodwill that they are then selling, with all of the proceeds going in support of the Good Jobs program. So we're also trying to encourage other companies to get involved in Operation Good Jobs to support the efforts of helping these families be integrated into our commercial society. Because good jobs are nothing but great as far as what helps these families in our communities and getting them into the workforce.
All right, so what are the specifics? What can people look for? What do we need to do?
Well, you know, a Mackinac Policy Conference wouldn't be a Mackinac Policy Conference without presenting you with a t-shirt and perhaps encouraging you for a wardrobe switch live on air.
How did you know camo was my color? I mean...
So.
All right, I can work it, but tell us if people want to get in on
Yes.
this and they want to help out. Tell us exactly how we can do it. Well, I put this shirt on.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, thanks for putting the shirt on and wearing it with us. GoodwillDetroit.org is one way to do it, online, or at one of our stores in Canton, Commerce Township, or Dearborn. And finally, you can be right downtown at Ben & Jerry's and get one of those t-shirts as well. So GoodwillDetroit.org or some of our locations throughout Metro Detroit.
That's wonderful.
You look terrific.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? I think this is, you know, well, how many t-shirts do I have now from you?
You've got several, probably 3 or 4
that's
now.
exactly right.
Okay, Sarah, but this is a great initiative, and I think a lot of people are going to be very interested in finding out that information because jobs are key and so important. And how many employees do you now have in the city of Detroit?
We're in 150 right now, but we've got, thankfully, some major contracts that are coming into downtown Detroit, so we're really thrilled that our reason for being there, that IT can be done in downtown Detroit, is showing even more growth. And as you know, what's going on in Campus Martius with Quicken, with GalaxE, with other firms, we're seeing that resurgence that we thought was coming when we first started talking with you 4 years ago.
Right.
So thank goodness the city's turning around thanks to the efforts of the citizens and the businesses there and the politicians and the government coming together and making this work.
It's a story that continues to unfold, and jobs really, and making sure people are trained and that there are jobs there for them is really key and part of that revitalization of Detroit, Lorna.
Oh, absolutely. Goodwill is so proud to be part of that, helping people get trained, trusted, and ready to work, because with a job, all things are possible. As we heard yesterday from Jim Clifton, if you don't have the opportunity or don't think you have the opportunity for a job, your life is not where it needs to be. And we're really proud of the fact that we work with GalaxE and get that opportunity. And I forgot to mention, you can get that t-shirt for a simple amount of $10. So.
That's perfect. Lorna Utley, Tim Bryan, thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate it. And I'm going to roll the sleeves up, I think, on this and wear this around a little bit. We appreciate it. It's always great to see you up here on Mackinac Island. And we'll be right back with more coverage of the Mackinac Policy Conference. Stay with us. It's a pretty good shirt. Gonna keep it.